Your mind is the most powerful tool you'll ever possess. Everything begins there. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your attitude, your future. When you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your life. Every single idea, every dream, every goal starts as a thought. That's the birthplace of all creation. And if you can shape your thoughts, you can shape your destiny. There's a war going on in your head every single day. It's not always loud, but it's always present. The battle between fear and courage, doubt and confidence, failure and success, and the side that wins, the one you feed with your thoughts. You have the power to choose what takes root in your mind. You can't stop negative thoughts from knocking, but you don't have to let them in. Your thoughts are like seeds. If you plant negativity, self-doubt, and fear, you'll harvest anxiety, limitations, and regret. But if you plant positivity, belief, and focus, you'll grow strength, resilience, and confidence. You must become a conscious gardener of your mind, pull out the weeds, nurture the good, choose what grows. Most people don't realize how much power they have. They go through life on autopilot, letting their minds run wild, allowing every passing thought to dictate their emotions and actions. But you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. That means you have the power to change them. You have the power to take the wheel. When you learn to control your thoughts, you no longer become a prisoner to your circumstances. You may not be able to control everything that happens around you, but you can always control what happens within you. That's where your true freedom lies, not in the world but in your mind. Negative thinking is like quicksand. The more you engage with it, the deeper you sink. But positive, empowering thoughts act like wings. They lift you up, they carry you forward. The difference between someone who rises and someone who stays stuck is often their ability to redirect their thoughts when negativity creeps in. Your thoughts shape your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your reality. If you constantly think you're not good enough, guess what? That becomes your reality. But if you tell yourself that you're capable, worthy, and ready to grow, then you will act in alignment with those beliefs. You'll pursue opportunities, bounce back from failure, and keep striving for more. The first step to changing your life is becoming aware of your inner dialogue. What are you saying to yourself every day? Would you speak to someone you love the way you speak to yourself? If not, it's time to rewrite that narrative, because the way you talk to yourself matters more than the way anyone else ever could. Your mind is a magnet. What you focus on, you attract. If you focus on problems, you attract more problems. If you focus on solutions, growth, and opportunity, you attract more of that. Take control of your focus, and you'll take control of your outcomes. Taking control of your thoughts doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to respond with strength even when things aren't. It's about flipping the script, choosing empowerment over helplessness, and asking, what can I learn from this? Instead of, why is this happening to me? Self-talk is a powerful weapon. It can either be your greatest ally or your biggest enemy. Every time you tell yourself, I can't, you reinforce limitation. But every time you say, I will figure this out, you activate problem-solving mode. Your mind listens. Speak power into it. Discipline doesn't start in your actions. It starts in your thoughts. If your thinking is scattered, emotional, and reactive, your behavior will reflect that. But when you think with clarity, focus, and intention, your actions follow. Discipline your thoughts, and your life will transform. The world will always have noise, news, opinions, distractions, comparisons. But your mind is your sanctuary. You owe it to yourself to protect that space. Not every thought that enters deserves attention. Learn to let go of what doesn't serve you. Learn to feed what strengthens you. When fear shows up in your mind, don't argue with it. Understand it, face it, then guide your thoughts back to courage. Fear only controls you when you give it permission to live rent-free in your mind, but you have the power to evict it. Replace fear with purpose, and your thoughts will fall in line. You become what you think about most. It's not magic, it's focus. Your thoughts determine your mood, your behavior, your decisions. If you want to change your life, start by changing what you repeatedly think about. Shift your focus, and your reality will shift with it. Gratitude is one of the most powerful mental shifts you can make. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, your thoughts begin to align with abundance. Gratitude doesn't ignore reality, it enhances it. It reminds your brain of the good that still exists, even in tough times. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build through thought and repetition. When you tell yourself, "I can do this," enough times, your mind starts to believe it. And once your mind believes it, your body follows. That's the cycle of mental mastery. You control the narrative. Your mind will tell you a story. Make sure it's one that empowers you. If the story in your head is full of doubt and defeat, rewrite it. You're the author. Write one of courage, resilience, and triumph, because the story you tell yourself becomes the life you live. Repetition rewires the brain. Whatever thoughts you repeat become the default setting. That's why affirmations work, not because they're magic, but because they reprogram your thinking. Choose your affirmations wisely, repeat them often, watch your thoughts evolve. Every time you redirect a negative thought, you build mental strength. Just like a muscle, the more you practice, the stronger you become. It might be hard at first, but over time, controlling your thoughts becomes a habit, and habits become a lifestyle. Focus on what you can control. So much of our stress comes from obsessing over things outside our influence. But your thoughts, they're always within your control. When chaos surrounds you, go within. That's where your real power lies. Your thoughts create your energy. Think uplifting, empowering thoughts, and your energy rises. Think toxic, hopeless thoughts, and your energy drops. Energy is contagious. If you want to elevate your life, start by elevating your thoughts. Take a moment to ask yourself, who's in charge of my mind, me or my emotions? Emotions are temporary. Thoughts are manageable. When emotions are high, breathe, step back, and think clearly. Emotional intelligence starts with thought control. Mental clutter is real. Overthinking, worry, self-judgment. They crowd your mental space. Start decluttering. Simplify your thoughts. Focus on what matters. Clear thinking leads to clear action, and clear action leads to results. You are not your past. That's just a collection of memories and mistakes. Don't let old thoughts hold your future hostage. You have the power to think differently now, and when you think differently, you create a new future. Awareness is the gateway to change. You can't change what you don't notice. Begin by noticing your patterns. When do negative thoughts show up? What triggers them? Once you understand them, you can start shifting them. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it starts in your mind. Stop measuring your worth by someone else's success. Your journey is your own. Focus your thoughts inward and grow from there. That's where real peace begins. Your thoughts are your foundation. If they're shaky, everything else wobbles. But if they're strong, if they're grounded in confidence, gratitude, and focus, nothing can shake you. Build a strong mental foundation, and the rest will follow. Speak life into yourself. Every time you say, "I can," "I will," or "I'm enough," you plant powerful seeds. Keep watering them with belief. Your mind is listening. Be kind to it. Be intentional with it. You can't expect to think negative thoughts and live a positive life. Your inner world creates your outer world. If you want peace, joy, and success out there, you have to cultivate it in here, inside your mind. The most powerful change happens not in your circumstances, but in your perspective. When you change the way you think, the world looks different. Problems become opportunities. Setbacks become setups. That's the power of your perspective. Your thoughts are not random. They're conditioned. They're shaped by your environment, your upbringing, your past experiences. But here's the good news: you can recondition them. You can choose to unlearn the beliefs that hold you back and replace them with thoughts that move you forward. That's the start of mental freedom. There will always be that little voice in your head trying to convince you that you're not ready, not qualified, not enough. But that voice is not the truth. It's just old programming. You don't have to silence it completely to move forward. You just have to stop letting it be the loudest one in the room. When your mind is calm, your vision becomes clear. But clarity doesn't come from chaos. It comes from control. You owe it to yourself to practice stillness, to create space for powerful thoughts to surface. In the silence, your greatest ideas are born. Your current mindset has gotten you to where you are, but it won't take you to where you're going. Growth demands new thoughts, bolder thoughts, more expansive thinking. You have to stretch your mind to match the size of your dreams. Doubt is a shadow that only grows when you stare at it. The moment you shine the light of conscious thought, it begins to shrink. So when doubt creeps in, don't run. Face it, challenge it, replace it with thoughts that reinforce who you truly are. The mind is like a compass. It points you in the direction of your most dominant thoughts. If you constantly think of fear, your life starts to orbit around it. But when you think of possibility, purpose, and strength, your direction shifts. Your path becomes purposeful. Every great achiever mastered their mind first. They didn't wait to feel confident. They thought confidently. They didn't wait for results. They focused their thoughts on the process. The journey to greatness starts within, first in the mind, then in reality. Every day is a new chance to think differently. You're not stuck. Your thoughts aren't set in stone. Neuroplasticity proves this. You can rewire your brain with intentional effort. New habits, new words, new thoughts. That's how transformation begins. When you focus on your problems, they expand. But when you focus on solutions, your mind begins to work for you, not against you. Start asking better questions. What can I do about this? What's the next step? Your thoughts will rise to the occasion. You don't need to control the whole world, just your mind. That's enough to change everything. Imagine a life where no situation can shake your peace because you've trained your thoughts to respond, not react. That's mental mastery. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is to pause, breathe, and choose a better thought. Just one, that's all it takes to interrupt a spiral. One new thought can be the first domino in a chain of change. Small shift, big impact. Don't let your mind become a storage unit for worry and fear. Clean it out regularly. Meditate, reflect, journal. Speak out loud what you want to believe. A clear mind is a powerful mind. Protect it like your future depends on it, because it does. Most limitations are self-imposed, and they start in the mind. I can't, I'm not ready, it's too late. These aren't facts, they're thoughts, and thoughts can be changed. When you eliminate the limits in your thinking, you begin to unlock your true potential. You've got to become a thought leader, not just for others, but for yourself. Lead your mind where you want your life to go. Speak vision to your thoughts. Challenge them to rise. Be relentless in your pursuit of a higher mindset. That's leadership at its core, and here's the truth. Your thoughts are the starting point for everything extraordinary. Every breakthrough, every moment of courage, every act of greatness. It all starts with a single thought: what if I can? That's the thought that can change everything. Your thoughts write the script for your life. If you don't take the pen, someone or something else will. The media, your past, your fears, or other people's opinions. Don't give away that power. You are the author of your mind. It's time to start writing with intention. There's a reason your thoughts feel so loud sometimes. They're trying to get your attention. Not every thought is truth, but every thought is a signal. It's up to you to decide what gets to stay and what needs to be released. You are not a prisoner to your thoughts. You are their gatekeeper. The most powerful breakthroughs often start with a simple decision. I will not think like that anymore. It might feel small, but that moment of mental defiance is the seed of transformation. One new way of thinking can unlock a whole new version of you. Start talking to yourself like someone you believe in. Uplifting thoughts aren't cheesy. They're fuel. You're not lying to yourself by saying, "I've got this," when it feels hard. You're reminding your mind of what it's capable of. The right words plant strength into your soul. Overthinking is a thief. It steals your time, your peace, your presence. But clarity comes when you choose to simplify your thoughts. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or hurting me? If it's not helping you grow, it doesn't deserve your energy. Every thought you think is a vote for the kind of person you want to become. Are your thoughts building the future you want, or the one you're afraid of? Cast your votes wisely. You're always choosing your direction, whether you realize it or not. Your thoughts influence your emotions, and your emotions influence your actions. But it all starts with the thought. So, if you want to change how you feel and how you act, go upstream. Change what you think. That's the root. That's the beginning of everything. There's power in slowing down your mind. In a world that's rushing, thinking fast, reacting fast, your strength is in your pause. Take a breath. Watch your thoughts before they turn into words or decisions. Master the pause, and you master the moment. The thoughts you repeat become your inner soundtrack. What's playing on loop in your mind every day? I'm not enough. It's too late. Or I'm just getting started. Switch the track. You're the DJ of your mind. Play something that lifts you higher. What you feed grows. That's true for your body, your skills, your relationships, and especially your thoughts. Feed your mind inspiration, challenge, hope, belief, starve the doubt, starve the fear. The stronger thought will always win. Make sure it's the one that serves you.